Okay, I've got an old crankshaft here from a Sturmey Archer, a pre-World War II Sturmey Archer engine, so spares are rather difficult to get hold of. I've had a new big end made up for the conrod by Alpha Bearings, and I've just fitted the crankpin and the big end, and I've been trying to check and set the runout obviously to as little as possible. And on this one, the hole centre in the end of the main shaft is quite battered, so I couldn't use the normal method of holding it between centres, so I've got it gripped in a chuck of the lathe, and I've already set this to run as true as possible within a thou or two. If we come down onto that flywheel there, we're gripping a main shaft, and we've got this flywheel gripped by the chuck. And we have got, from one number to the next is 0.1 of a millimetre or 4/1000ths of an inch. So we've got about 2 or 3, say 3 thou run out on that flywheel. Oh, here we are. Look. There, virtually nothing there, so there's a few lumps and bumps there obviously. So we've got any run out between the main shaft and the flywheel is negligible, there's hardly anything. Now if we move across to the next flywheel, do it again, once again virtually nothing. So that main shaft, that flywheel and that flywheel are all running perfectly true with each other, or within a thou or so. Now when we come down to this main shaft is obviously on the slew very slightly to its flywheel, but there's nothing really that I can do about that. If we start off there, can you see the gauge at all? We'll spin the crank. Right, and we've probably got the equivalent of 5 or 6/1000ths of an inch there, which we're just going to have to live with. That's where the main bearing will run. And as we move outwards along the length of the shaft, see that the run out increases. So obviously that shaft isn't quite sort of lined up perfectly with this flywheel, but there's not really anything much I can do about that. We're going to have to live with that. So all in all, especially from bearing to bearing, it's going to run as well as you can get, and the flywheels are going to run parallel and true to each other. So overall, that's a pretty good job. Flywheels, you spin them there, you can see they're not moving in or out or up and down against each other. And with the main bearings being a single bearing, one on each side, I think that few thou there probably isn't going to do us any harm. So that one's ready to go.